Hello world. It's been a little while. I've been in bed for like 6 days, and apparently this is COVID. I literally had a test that said maybe you do have it, maybe you don't. Confusing, right? The whole situation is confusing, but let's not go there right now. So 6 days ago I woke up with like a scratchy throat. Not sore, not feeling sick, just noticing that my immunity was low. And I was like, oh, I really need to get on the turmeric and ginger today, and like extra liquids and some herbs, and just like really up my doses of my vitamin C and things like that, because I was feeling my immunity just low. And I was also in the week leading up to starting my moon cycle, when a woman's immunity is naturally lower. So I don't get sick very often, but when I do, it usually almost always lands in that period of time where it's a couple of days or a week out from me starting my moon cycle and starting to bleed. So it's always a time that I try to remember, and I don't always do it, but it's really good to up all my supplements and just take extra care of my health in the lead up to my moon cycle starting that week prior. So anyway, I did all of those things, and the next morning I woke up. I had a headache, that night, and I went to bed with that, and that was quite full on. And I woke up the next morning still with that. It went on for like 16 hours, and it wasn't the worst migraine I've ever had, but it definitely wasn't just a headache. And I feel like that made me very, very nauseous. So I felt very sick and I couldn't get out of bed. But I didn't have a runny nose, cough. I didn't have cold or flu symptoms really, apart from fatigue, headache. It wasn't like, a general cold for me is like sinuses and coughing and sneezing and all of that. None of that was happening. I couldn't get out of bed that day, and I just took the day off to completely rest and allow my body to just recalibrate and recover, and got some sleep. And I woke up the following day feeling pretty good, like still this slight weird scratchiness in my throat a little bit, and lethargic, just tired, just fatigue in the body. I worked from bed. Yeah, I really felt pretty okay, except for like this lightheadedness, this woozy, dreamy kind of feeling, which is actually quite a surrendered state. My mind's not really overthinking too much or doing too much. It's just like things are what they are, and yeah, just quite receptive actually. I've pretty much felt like that since, and haven't really had any other symptoms except yesterday for me. I lost my sense of taste and smell. I literally cannot taste my food. If I've tried this with putting a bit of lime on my tongue, and I can taste that, like I get a little zing from that, but not a whole lot. So it's been like nearly 24 hours with no taste, and I've lost the sense of smell as well. Like I put incense on, or light Palo Santo or something, and I can't smell it. So that's just an interesting thing that is happening. I don't have a fever. I've been taking my temperature. So that's where I'm at right now. Just getting a lot of deep rest. Like I said, this lightheaded, not too much thinking going on feeling is actually quite a surrendered space to be. And I just feel like my body is really more so in a time of needing a deep sense of rest and recalibration. And so with my moon time also about to start in the next now or tomorrow, I'm just going to be really taking the time to rest and let my body recalibrate. So that's what it feels like, really, is a recalibration. So this is just my experience of what I'm feeling, and I don't know what's actually going on. Do any of us? But this is my experience of what's happening right now. So I'll leave it there. Perhaps I'll check in another day or two, give an update. Hello world. It's been, I think, like 2 days since my last update. This is like day 8 of not feeling awesome for me. And I'm doing pretty good. I'm just really low on energy and having to take like lots of breaks and just not do too much. I'm craving like lots of hydration. I'm craving watermelon actually, and eating a lot of it. And I haven't really had watermelon for like 6 months, and it's one of my favorite fruits on the planet. But I've been doing a bit of experimenting with my diet and going into the realm of like experimenting with the keto diet and not having any sugars. So just like playing with all of that over the last couple of months. So it means that I haven't actually had much fruit in 6 months. I definitely hadn't had watermelon for a good 6 months, maybe more. And it's actually just crazy how time has flown by like that. But I'm just really listening to my body, because when I woke up on like maybe day 2 of feeling unwell, all my body wanted was watermelon. It's just in need of some hydration. And then I've had a strange craving for just blueberries covered in cinnamon. And it's funny because I can't taste or smell anything still. This is 4 days without smell or taste now. And that actually happened after I got the swab test done. Like after they put those swabs up both of my nostrils, I could taste and smell fine before that. And it was after they did that I lost my taste and smell. So, I mean, I don't know. I'm just saying. For some reason, out of everything, I don't know if I can taste the watermelon. I feel like I can sort of taste the watermelon. Everything else, no. Like, even strong flavors. I can't smell coffee. Like, I was trying to smell coffee that I have in a jar. I haven't had any cacao for 8 days, and that's just, anyone who knows me knows something's wrong. And I actually tried to bite into a chunk of it this morning just to see if I could taste it, and nothing. Got nothing. So watermelon's about the only thing I'm actually getting a bit of satisfaction from. So I love food. Food is such a pleasure center for me. And to not be able to taste or smell it is really strange, and I'm actually even linking in how I don't really feel satisfied or full without tasting my food. And so I'm actually eating quite a bit because I'm kind of searching for flavor. So I'm looking forward to my taste and smell coming back. But for now, watermelon seems to be the medicine. And it's keeping me really hydrated. So, yeah. Day 8, I think. Hello. So, to wrap up this video, I don't know how long it's been since my last, what you just would have seen a moment ago. It's been at least maybe 2 weeks. I'm feeling really good. I feel really strong in my body. I feel really vibrant and healthy and radiant. And yeah, I just wanted to wrap this up and share a little bit about my experience, as I was sitting at home with potentially what is this virus. I tested positive and I did lose my taste and smell. If maybe that means I had this thing that is happening. I just can't even fully commit and say, oh, I've had this virus, because I don't really know what this virus is, and having it potentially made me even more confused. not confused, but just like, really? It made me question it, actually. Let's replace that word, confusion. It just made me question it even more. And I don't want to disregard anyone else's experience of this, because there are so many people on this planet in so many different locations, states of being, physical health, mental states, that are experiencing this in a different way. And there are people who have had something, whether that's this virus or at least what we think is this virus, that have been really sick. So I'm not trying to disregard anyone else's experience, and I'm doing what only I can do, and that is sharing my personal experience and my perspective from my personal experience. So that's not to say anyone else's is wrong. They're just different, and it's the beauty of being able to share our own unique experiences and perspectives. And I do just want to give this one because, yeah, I'm a person who's potentially had what they're calling COVID, and I was relatively healthy throughout the whole experience and feeling really good and really strong in my body now. And I only really had symptoms for around 10 days. My main experience was tiredness, like a lot of fatigue for sure. Be honest about that. Definitely had fatigue. I definitely lost my taste and smell on around day 5 after experiencing my first symptom, which was the scratchy throat. And my taste and smell came back slowly. It was interesting. I was able to taste dragon fruit. I was able to taste watermelon. I had a couple of days of not being able to taste that at all, but I definitely started to be able to taste those things. It turned me off chocolate, and for anyone who knows me, up until like the weekend, and over the full moon I was with a friend and we made really strong cacao, and it just brought me back. So my taste is fully back now. I feel like my smell has definitely suffered a little bit, but very interestingly, that happened after I fucking volunteered myself to get swabs put up my nose out of curiosity. So I'm a very curious person, and quite fascinated by this whole thing that is happening and unfolding on the planet right now. So I just felt like I had a little bit of catching up to do and a little bit of an update to share, and so I want to put this out here now. And what's the date today? I think it's oh gosh, we're in March. That's wild. It's the 3rd of March today. Time has been a very strange thing. It's flying right now. It was my birthday in January, and I feel like that was only a few weeks ago. So time is doing a weird thing. Just want to also share that I have compassion for what humanity is going through right now, and also offer the perspective of a really deep trust. For me, I really trust in what is happening right now. I have a very strong belief system that without a doubt I came here choosing to be here. I chose to be here on earth at this time, and with that comes a very deep sense of peace for me, because it means that no matter what happens, no matter how this all unfolds, I chose to be here for it. So what's my role in it? What did I want to learn from it? How do I want to show up in it? They're my questions, not why is this happening? Oh, I might go into contemplating why this is all happening, but I trust that it is happening and that I'm here for it because I chose to be here for it. And that brings a deep level of trust and peace and patience And it doesn't mean I don't get frustrated with humanity at times over some of the things that are happening, but it's fleeting. The frustration very quickly turns into compassion and into the higher perspective of really just trusting what is happening right now. So I'm going to leave it there. Much love.